I want to talk to you about how you show up and why. I see this happen a lot that there are women who will show up at work. You show up at church, you show up for community organizations, you show up for friends, you show up for family, and you do it because people are depending on you. And you don't want to disappoint these people who are depending on you. But when it comes to yourself, and when it comes to the things that you want to do, when it comes to the book that you said that you were going to read this month, or the workouts that you said you were going to be consistent with, when it comes to researching schools because you said you want to go back to school and get your master's degree, you have a difficult time showing up. You have a difficult time taking your own dreams and goals and desires seriously. And it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that everyone else gets the best of you and you get what is left over. It is vitally important that you make yourself a priority. And this is not for the sake of being selfish. This is not for the sake of pulling back and pulling away from the people that you are called to serve and lead and care for. This is so that you are at your best for yourself and for them. I'm going to invite you into an experience. I don't know when this is going to be. It's going to be sometime this month. I feel a sense of urgency on this. It's going to be sometime this month. I have a PDF that is a download. It's a very reasonable cost. It contains 5 elements. This is what I call the A-list assignment, and you would have heard me talk about it previously. The A-list assignment is 5 ways that we as women can rediscover who we are. We talk about reinventing ourselves. We talk about recalibrating ourselves. We talk about revisioning. We talk about redefining. But before you redefine, you have to refine. And what does it mean to refine? When you think of gold, when you find gold, it is not in its beautiful, shiny form like what it is in the jewelry store. It looks like a rock. It looks like a shiny rock. It's dirty and there's all this other stuff going on. So, in order to make that gold pure, because it's the pure gold that we're after, in order to make that gold pure, what you have to do is melt it down. And when you melt it down, it also burns away all the stuff that's not good. It burns away all that gunk and all that other stuff. And many of us, the reason why you're setting these goals is because you want to be that refined version of yourself, right? You want to be the golden version of yourself, right? In order to do that, we're going to have to get rid of the stuff that doesn't look so good on you. And when you're so busy showing up for everyone else, you don't take time to pay attention to the stuff that doesn't look so good on you. But what happens there is that when we don't pay attention to those things, they begin to rub off. They begin to rub off on the people who we are trying to lead, the people who we are trying to serve, the people who we are trying to impress. And so it is vitally important that you take the time to look at yourself. You take that time for introspection. You take that time that you devote to your personal growth. You take that time that you devote to your spirituality, because if you don't, you are not going to be your best. And if you're not your best, you are not as useful to yourself or to the people that you serve. And you're definitely not useful to the one who created you. Remember our 3 daily appointments: an appointment with God, appointment with yourself, and then your appointments with others. You want to show up as the best version of you. And that takes you putting yourself through a process of refinement. And it's not always going to be a 6 month long, 2 year long process. This is a daily thing. There are tiny moments of refinement where we just fine tune our character. We fine tune ourselves in the areas of integrity. We fine tune our skills. We keep moving forward. We keep stepping one foot in front of the other, and we're fine tuning as we go along because we're walking intentionally. Does that make sense? I really hope it does. So, if you are a woman who is struggling to put yourself first, I encourage you to download the A List assignment. I am going to link it in the description box below. And as a bonus, what I'm going to do is sometime in this month, Women's History Month, as a bonus, what I'm going to do is I am going to host a class, a masterclass, an A-list assignment masterclass for women who are struggling to put themselves first, to prioritize their own needs and their own desires in their lives so that we can talk about this in real time. Do not be afraid to speak up. Do not be ashamed to speak up, because there is another woman who is going through something similar. And when you speak up and you say, this is what I'm going through, I'm really having a problem with this, I'm really struggling in this area, you are giving her hope. One, that she's not alone. And two, that she's in the right place where she can get the help that she needs. I know this will help. So download the A-List assignment. There are 5 principles and prayers to unlock awareness and abundance in your life. This is faith-based. I'm saying that to begin with, not as a disclaimer, not as an excuse, but that this is who I am. As a Christian woman, as a coach, this is who I am. God is in everything I do, and that's where I want him to be. So if this sounds like something that you want to be involved in, if this sounds like something you need, download the A-List assignment. That will immediately put you on my email list, and I will email you all the details on when the A-List assignment will be held. It will be this month, most likely on a weekend. I haven't worked out the details yet, but for those ladies who are taking the step to download it, I really want to give you a safe space where you can talk, because a lot of us don't have that. And I know what it felt like not to have that. And so it is a burden on my heart to create safe spaces for women to discover, to become, and to be their true selves. I hope this helps. Blessings on your journey, and I will talk to you soon. Remember the A-List assignment. Appreciate your attributes, affirm your value, articulate your dreams, act authentically, and you can access abundant life. Talk soon.